Hi, I would like to continue introducing SzóKiMondóka brand through our products. And this short video is about our books, what differentiates them from other books. And let me go through all the books we have published so far in order of appearance. So this is the very first book that came out in 2015. Very cute stories. This book has 3. This one has 4 more stories. So altogether 7 stories in these 2 books. We only have a few left, so if you want to grab your copy, then go ahead, order it. What differentiates our books from all the other books on the market is that we use this picture editing, which means the most important words in the book, in the story, are highlighted, and next to them the meaning illustrated. So as you read along, you can ask your child, prompt them to say the words out loud, and that way they will participate in the reading and they'll have a successful experience learning how to read. They will be eager to continue this journey on this path, and you know, it's a protected experience in a nice, loving atmosphere. Other than from the school, there is no pressure at home, and they can just practice saying their words. So I love this picture. That's why I open up the book always here. But in every single page, we use the same methodology. We highlight the most important words of the story. Later on, we also break these down into syllables, which will actually help familiarizing with reading itself. This is not reading yet. This is just success. This is just setting up for success. If you ask them to say the word based on the illustration, but they do not actually have to read the words. But you know, their eyes will also look at the word, and they'll remember some of the visuals. So their visual memory is enhancing through that. At the end of each book, we have a few pages that will go through what you guys learned in the story, and you know, there are some activity that you can fill out and go through together. So that's why it was probably a very popular book. Also, the illustrations are handmade, hand painted, very, very cute. So these were the Mona Mono books. And right in 2016, we started with the series, and it finished this year. So it took us 3 years to come out with all 5 chapters of the body part series. Number 1 is Hand and Feet, 54-page book. Beautiful story. Lots of songs and rhymes are included in the story. It's basically Mona's wondering about the versatility of the shoes and what kind of sound each shoe makes based on the theme of the feet. And with beautiful pictures, we also illustrating the different types of shoes and their sounds. The second story, so each book has 2 stories. The second story is about the hand, and Mona is wondering what kind of present can she make for Mother's Day, including her hand and including her little brother, who is just a baby. So in this series, the siblings are growing up. As you see, Marty is just born. He's 6 months old here. Mona is 3. And by the next chapter, they each half a year older. So Marty is 1, Mona is 3.5, and Marty is learning to speak. So the second story about the mouth is about teaching him to speak, and how you label things. Just like as a parent, you always have to label things that are come across you on the street. in order for them to be able to learn new words and start to speak. In the eye story, Mona learns about how the eye works, especially about the pupil, that it's getting bigger and smaller with the light, and focusing on just that one sense. How can she understand the world around her just based on her vision? The third chapter is nose and ear. This is maybe my favorite, just because in the first chapter, the nose is very good for parents to teach their children how to blow their nose, because Mona is teaching her sibling Marci how to blow his nose. And since they have a cold, Mom makes herb tea, and the beautiful rhyme by János Lackfi is about the 6 cold fighting herbs. And you can sing this rhyme actually to the tunes of a famous song. The ear story is also very meaningful. A new kid comes to daycare, and you know, the kids are teasing her because of her ears, up until the point where they learn about her wonderful talent, and what it means to have good ears and to have good sound, have good voice. And it also has a second wonderful rhyme by János Lackfi about the music and its powers. Fourth book, this book won an award as well, the biggest bookstore in Hungary, along with UNESCO, recommends this book. It's heart and head, the 2 major decision-making centers in the body. Either we make our decisions in the head or led by our heart. And the first story it's very boyish. It's Mona, but she's building a town with train trucks and cars and buses. That's why I said boys love these pictures and love the story. And a tornado hits the town, and Mona makes her decisions to protect the town's assets and the people, and to what to do when a tornado comes in. The second chapter is a Valentine's Day story. Mona is drawing presents to her classmates at daycare, and to every single person something that she or he might like. So makes her cards very personal that way, and it teaches a lot to children about really look out for the other person, what they might like, not what I think they would love, that would be my present, but what they are longing for, or what they would be happy about. So it's very meaningful. And the last chapter, Test, I love this book because it all comes together in this last chapter. The first story is about how the body parts find each other. Mona and Marci are playing puppets with these body parts, and they you know, act out a story in front of the family, how these body parts find each other and become one human. And of course, everybody's very happy when they finish performing their stories. Again, a beautiful rhyme by János Lackfi. And the second story is about Earth Day at the daycare, and how they celebrate by planting plants and trees and picking up garbage from the ground, and finishing up with an earth meditation, which is my favorite picture in this entire story. And the meditation is about tuning into the world with all 5 senses and wishing them well, listening what she needs and giving them that back in good thoughts. All the songs and rhymes are at the end of the book in notes in every single chapter. So again, you can sing along with your child and learn and rhyme. So this was the body part series. And we also have 2 more books that includes word cards in them. This is first chapter of a 5 series book. We're going to continue this next year. Mona and Marty is on an excursion and it goes through all 5 senses. So this one is about vision. And since they're getting ready to leave on a big hiking tour tomorrow, the siblings are all excited and can't fall asleep. And Marty's invention is this magical glasses that you put on and you start seeing your dreams. And he teaches that to Mona, and I heard a very beautiful feedback about this book, that a little boy wants this book read to him every single night in order to be able to fall asleep. And when they travel, they have to bring this book with them everywhere. So that warms my heart to hear this back from the customers. Also, the songs are in the end, and there is a description what you can play with the word cards once you popped them out from the book. And also there are pockets in the beginning and in the back to keep the word cards once you pop them out of place. Another book with word cards is this, Zero Waste, also my favorite. Zero Waste, as it says in the title, it's about how can we reduce waste. So Mona comes across a piece of garbage on the playground inside the sandbox, and it stops her from digging. So she wonders, how did that get there, and why are we actually producing garbage? Why can't we just, I don't know, buy stuff without packaging? And of course not with these words, but she's very wisely thinking about what goes into the garbage and what could we do instead to avoid making and producing those things. And of course she's calling up Grandma in this story, and Grandma has a lot of ideas. How was it back in the old days? How were they shopping? It takes her to the marketplace where they can all buy in their own canvas bags, and they don't need the packaging. Also, whatever we found online available in terms of garbage and environmental ideas, films and songs and rhymes, we put it in there. There's a rhyme at the end, and also some more games, and 12 word cards that you can pop out and play with them, 2 pockets, some organizations that will help you live a waste-free lifestyle in Hungary, and also the description of the games you can play with the word cards. So we have 2 books with word cards, Készülődés and Nulla Hulladék, which is zero waste, 5 books of the body parts, and the 2 books that we are finishing selling, the Mona Bono series. So this was the introduction about our books. I hope you like them. I hope you can use them very well with your child, and I wish you a lot of joy and a lot of fun moments with these books, and thanks for watching. Bye.